get to the archaeological site, watch your step all the time. Okay, we have rocks, we have roots sticking out of the ground. Sometimes it's uneven, so watch your step all the time. Not only when you're walking or climbing, but all the time, right? Number 2, don't touch the trees. This is very important, because usually when I start talking, we have a tree just next to us and we lean on the tree or we hold on the tree. Don't do that, because there is a type of tree that the sap is very concentrated. It's almost like acid, and it can cause a very bad rash on the skin. If you're sensitive enough, it could be like a 2nd-degree burn. So for your convenience, don't touch the trees, right? There's another tree that we can use for a cure, but it's better to be safe and don't touch anything. Watch your step, don't touch the trees. I'm gonna ask you a big favor. When we get to the buildings, this is still kind of jungly. So when we get to the buildings just pop out right there in the middle of a jungle. I know it's impressive, and everybody starts taking pictures, which is okay, but that takes time, and it's time that I am already gonna give you to take pictures after I tell you what is it that we're looking at. So if we can get together when we get to the building, we can get together. I explain you what is it that we're looking at, and then afterwards you can take as many pictures as you want. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Remember it. Right? The other thing is that when we start the walk, since we have a rather large group, when we start the walk, the group tends to stretch out. And then when we get to the next stop, we have to wait for everybody to catch up to start the explanation. So the faster we can move together as a group, that means the closer you can stay to me, everybody, it will be the less time that we have to wait for everybody to catch up. And that will translate into more time for you to take your pictures or climb at the big one. So again, the fastest we can move as a group will be the better. Are you okay with that too?
Yeah.
All right. So we're just about to arrive to the archaeological site. Now before we get there, I would like to show you something. If you were in Chichen Itza or Tulum, you probably saw this already. This is kind of a souvenir, but I like to promote it or show it, because this institution, which is called CECIGEMA, in collaboration with the National Institute of Anthropology and History, they make this souvenir, which is based on the calendar pretty much. That part of the money that they get from this, it goes to preserve the culture, or try to preserve the culture. I'm gonna show this right here. It's made on paper that they would have used back then, so I'm gonna pass it right here. If you want to take a closer look, pass it all the way back and then all the way to the forward. It's what they do is that part of the money goes again to try to preserve the culture. For example, the kids in these towns, everybody in these towns, their mother tongue is the Maya, but they don't learn how to write or read the Maya. It's only spoken. Spoken language over the years deforms and could be completely different. So they're trying the kids to learn how to write and read to preserve the language as it is. In the state of Yucatan, north from here, it's actually already mandatory to have Maya language in schools. So it's one of the things. They also promote the traditional dances. They have the kids in summer camps. They bring them to the archaeological sites, including talks in Maya language, for them to be proud of the heritage. And eventually, hopefully, they will preserve it by their own conviction. So what they do is a combination of 3 calendars and the lunar cycle, which is the solar calendar, 365 days, the ritual calendar, 260 days, and the long count. The long count is the one that has the 2012 on it, the one that finishes on 2012. They use a combination of these 3 calendars pretty much because the ritual and civic calendar, which work together, are cyclical. So it's like if I was asking you when you were born, and you just say 7th of March, of what year? So in comes the long count, which is pretty much counting day by day from the beginning of the Mayan era, which is 3113 before Christ, until the 2012. That would be one big cycle, and to fix one point in time. So they make this combination. They add the lunar cycle on it, and it's pretty much what you're looking at. It's if it was in ancient Chinese, you wouldn't be able to read it anyway. But so what they do is they give you that paper, and they give you a detailed explanation in your own language of what you have there, something like this, which tell you how many days have been elapsed from the beginning, 3113 before Christ, to the date that you choose, which is actually any given date that you choose. How would that be translated into cycles? The civic calendar, day and month, the ritual calendar, day and month, and the lunar cycle. And it's pretty much what you have there, which tells you also in a different paper the glyphs and where it corresponds. So you could actually kind of read it if you wanted to. And again, it's any given date that you choose that is important for you between the 3113 before Christ and 2012. Could be your wedding day, could be your I don't know, your graduation, could be your anniversary, your visit to Coba. Any given date that you choose, translated into these calendars. So, if anybody was interested on this calendar, you would have to order it before we go into the archaeological sites. That's when they do it, and then on the way out, you pick it up yourselves and you pay straight to the institution right there. The price of the calendar is 250 pesos, or roughly, I think it's on 20 US dollars right now because of the exchange rate, or 17 euros. They will give you the big one that you're looking at, and then they have a small one, almost like a bookmark, like this one, that could be a different date. So basically it's two calendars, a big one and a small one, 250 pesos or 20 US or 17 euros. And again, the good thing about this is that you can actually see where the money goes. There's a web page that tells you where the money goes, what activities they did or they're going to do in the next couple of months or in the past month, so that you know what the money is being used for. So this is again when we get to the ruins. Now we're just about to see on the right hand side why most likely they name it murky water or Coba. Doesn't happen very often. It's only in the south of the peninsula where we have bodies of water on the surface.
There's one.
Take a look on the right hand side. You see it right in the middle of the grass?
Oh my God.
And actually, I don't know if you see the shading in the water further out. That's another croc underneath. Just right there in the middle of the grass, lifting up the head right now, waving at us. Or it's opening the mouth. I can see it from here. It's the mouth, right? Yeah. There it is. What you don't see is I have the remote control right here in my pocket. That's a medium-sized one. Okay, hold on, or have a seat so we can start moving.